Hi, everyone. It's Miss Deborah from Sachem Library Teen Services Department, and we're here for another Mindful Monday. But today we have a special guest. So, who do we have here today?
Oh, well, this is Gina. I'm the social work intern at Sachem Library, and I'm so excited to be here for another Mindful Monday.
Yes, we're so excited. So, today we're going to be talking to you about managing your emotions. And so we figured this would be a great collaboration between a librarian and a social worker intern. And so we're going to talk to you a little bit about that today. So let us begin.
So first, I'm going to talk to you guys and do a little word association. So a lot of times with mindfulness, when we hear words like anger, frustration, anxious, nervousness, we feel and sort of react to those emotions sometimes. And that's totally normal to do so. I've done that too. But in order to manage our emotions, we have to, instead of reacting to it, respond to those emotions in a healthier, more mindful way.
Yeah. And that is exactly what we're going to do today. We're going to teach you a few different mindful activities that could help you. So what I always like to do is I like to use an analogy for some things. So for instance, let's imagine for a moment, if you remember those, if you've ever seen those punching bags with the sand at the bottom, they're like usually plastic and there's sand at the bottom. And if you punch it really hard, it goes all the way down to the ground and then it comes back up and then it rocks back and forth and back and forth. And finally, after a little while, it rights itself, and then it's finally calm until the next time someone gives it a big whack. And I like to use that analogy for how you feel sometimes when you feel you get news that shocks you, or if you're feeling overwhelmed by school. Teenagers can get, you feel all the feelings, and it's totally understandable. Especially now with, you've got we're in the middle of a pandemic, so that can be really stressful, or you can get word that your vacation was just canceled because no one could go anywhere, or maybe you didn't get into the college you wanted to get into, or maybe you're just fighting with your friends and they said something hurtful, and anything like it could be as simple as that can make you feel like that punching bag, just, going back and forth until you finally get to right yourself. And that is where mindful practice can come in. Ms. Gina, do you want to talk a little bit about like what mindfulness is?
Sure. So mindfulness is like how you respond to these emotions instead of react. Sometimes maybe if you get like a bad test grade or you get into a fight with your family or friends, how are you going to react? Are you going to yell? Are you going to cry? Or are you going to act out? Are you going to do something that you wouldn't have done usually, but you did then? And then how do you feel after that? Well, maybe you regret it. Maybe you feel sad. Maybe you felt really guilty that you did that. And now you might have to apologize to someone or apologize to yourself, which is really difficult to do. So mindfulness is something you could do to help put you in a better state of mind. It doesn't mean that you're forgetting those emotions. Doesn't mean you're not experiencing them. You're still experiencing them and you're still feeling upset, but you're doing so and responding to it in a healthier way instead of doing something that you're going to regret in maybe like an hour or in a day.
Right. Really, like when we talk about mindfulness, like put as simply as possible is feeling on purpose, almost like it's acknowledging those feelings that you're having, whether it be, fear or anger or grief or stress, or even like happiness or joy, or, it could be anything, acknowledging those feelings and not judging yourself because of those feelings, acknowledging that it is okay to feel what you feel. Right?
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And sometimes we feel like we feel anger or we feel sad or we feel fearful. And then we're like, oh, why do I feel like that way? I'm so stupid. Why would I feel like that? I'm such an idiot. But we all experience those feelings. I definitely experience those feelings. And it's totally normal to experience those feelings. But mindfulness is being able to respond to them in a better way than maybe how you usually would react.
Absolutely. So, we were thinking about showing you just two simple mindful practices that can help with this when you get this type of news or feeling, or you're feeling overwhelmed with an emotion, just two short exercises that can help manage your emotions. So Miss Gina is going to do just a couple breathing exercises, because really breathing is your center, you know? And so, yeah, you want to take that away?
Yes, I definitely love breathing. Sometimes we get so caught up in life that we just sometimes forget to just sit down and breathe. So I think it's definitely really nice that we do that. I'm going to teach you guys box breathing. So it's when I'll even do this. You take a deep breath for 4 seconds, you hold it for 4 seconds, you breathe out for 4 seconds, and then you hold it for 4 seconds. So we'll
Okay.
just do a couple of breathing exercises now. I'll talk everyone through it, of course. So we take a deep breath in, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then hold it, 2, 3, 4, and then breathe out, 2, 3, 4, and then hold it, 2, 3, 4, and one more time. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, hold it, 2, 3, 4, breathe out, 2, 3, 4, and hold it again, 2, 3, 4. So I know when I do this breathing exercise, it definitely puts me in a calmer state of mind where I'll be able to think like, I am angry, but do I really need to react in this way? Is this really appropriate? I could just say I'm feeling angry and talk to the person, or kind of just talk to myself a little bit, be like, why am I feeling this? Why did this get me so upset? So I definitely think breathing exercises are really great to do, and I encourage you guys definitely to try this one or look into your own. I think it's really awesome. So what about you,
Absolutely.
Deborah?
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree. I tend to be really anxious and stressed out at night for some reason. I guess it's just life, and just being a person who works, and a person who is a parent, and a person who is a teacher and a librarian and all these things. And my mind can't shut off at night. And I often I get in a comfortable position and I do exactly those breathing exercises. I breathe in for 4, I hold for 4, I breathe out for 4. Sometimes I even hold for a different amount. They're almost like rectangles, I guess. Then I bring it back down. And we've talked about that in other mindful videos, that, breathing really can just bring you back to a center, just to bring you to a point that you can then be like, okay, I'm going to think about what I'm doing here. I'm not going to fly off the handle. And we all do fly off the handle. Sometimes you can't help it, but sometimes you can. And these little mindful practices can help with that. So that was really great. I loved that. So the next exercise that you can do is just simply listening. Um, and what we're going to do, it's just a quick exercise. And, you know, um, you can close your eyes, or you can just kind of have a steady gaze. A downward gaze is fine. And we're just going to go for about a minute, and you're just going to listen to what you hear, the sounds around you. So that's what you're going to focus on just for this 1 minute. Okay. I'm going to sound a bell, and then you'll listen and acknowledge the sounds that are around you. And then when I ring the bell again, we'll talk a little bit about what we heard. And it does really help. Okay, so here we go. Okay. So that was about a minute. And sometimes it's just even just that 1 minute. Maybe, I don't know if you were doing the same thing, but I did the breathing. I did the box breathing while we did that. So what did you hear?
So I heard outside some people pushing some book carts, and I was able to hear the static from the computer. And it was also really nice that even though I didn't hear a lot of noises, sometimes I think it's really great to sit in silence because I feel like sometimes we could feel awkward sitting in silence, and I used to feel awkward, but it's really nice because it's just very restful and very relaxing, just sitting there and paying attention to things that you wouldn't have paid attention to before.
Yeah. So right, I was listening to the bell. First of all, I really like focused in on just the bell until I couldn't hear the bell anymore. And I'm down here in the lowest level of Sachem Library, and so I just really I was listening to the air. There's an air conditioner sound in here, and that was pretty much the only sound I could hear because I'm pretty isolated. But yeah, it brought me down to like a nice point, which was really relaxing. And it really does make you feel better, and able to to take on those feelings that you're feeling. So anyway, so how did you feel? How do you feel? I feel pretty good. And how are you feeling?
I feel really good. That was definitely
I feel like I needed that tonight.
yeah, definitely.
So anyway, we have these Mindful Mondays. We have Miss Gina in our library as an intern until May, right? So, and you want to talk a little bit about your programs that you incorporate some mindfulness into?
Oh
Before
yes,
we
so I have a group called Relax and Connect, and we talk about mindfulness. We talk about things that stress us out. We talk about different topics, and we talk about a little bit more like mindfulness. We talk more about it and how we could do self care and how we could cope with it, and then we learn different breathing techniques and different mindfulness techniques. So yeah, this group runs every Thursday at 2 p.m. Everyone's more than welcome to go to it. It's definitely open to everyone from Sachem. So I definitely welcome you guys to do this because sometimes, during this time, it could be hard to do things and be involved. And this is something you could do that you don't have to worry about getting out of your house.
Absolutely. And again, they can find that in the calendar, correct? On the Sachem Library calendar. So, just look up for Relax and Connect and you'll find Miss Gina. And as you know, we have a lot of Mindful Mondays right on Monday through the YouTube channel. And again, if you're ever interested in more information on mindfulness, if you go to the catalog on sachemlibrary.org and just type in, mindfulness, you will find regular books, ebooks, audiobooks, so much stuff out there to help you understand. There's whole books on different mindful activities. You really can find a lot, and that's what the library is for. So I think we're good. So we just wanted to say goodbye for today. And thank you so much, Miss Gina, for joining us for Mindful Monday. I think it was great.
Yes, thank you for having me. I definitely enjoyed this, and I hope you all got a little bit taste of mindfulness and how to respond to your emotions.
Definitely. So again, thank you for having a Mindful Monday with us and have a beautiful day.